Every Michigander will have the chance to vote for two constitutional amendments. One will allow money from oil and gas mining on state-owned lands to continue improving state parks. The other, it has to do with your personal data. Take a look at what you're going to be voting on. Michiganders, get ready to vote for the President of the United States. Roughly 20 other sections need your careful consideration as well, including Proposals 1 and 2.
This is to make sure that we have the world-class recreational facilities that our public needs to access public lands.
Here's a look at Proposal 1, which you'll see on November 3rd's ballot, placed there by the legislature through a unanimous vote. Now you will choose how millions of dollars will be dispersed through two key funds:
the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund and the State Park Endowment Fund.
For roughly 50 years, these funds have been used to purchase lands for state parks, develop facilities for those parks, and for administration funding in lieu of taxes.
And the words that will be added to the Constitution by this change are redevelopment and renewal, or redevelopment and renewal of existing recreational access facilities.
In addition to purchasing land, the language will now require 20% of those dollars to go towards state park improvements, maintenance and operations, and land conservation.
At the end of the day, these public lands and these facilities, to access them, are the things that make Michigan, Michigan and make it such a great place to live.
However, not everyone is voting for Proposal 1.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and it ain't broke. Everybody agrees that we should be protecting and maintaining our public lands in the state of Michigan. The question is whether or not we need to change the Constitution to change the funding formula, and we think the answer to that is no.
Marvin Roberson, a forest ecologist in the UP, says because those dollars are being taken from non-renewable sources like oil and gas, he believes they should be spent on non-renewable purchases like land acquisition.
We've got state parks and state lands all over the state that we purchased with the proceeds from those oil and gas revenues, and Proposal 1 would change that and move it away from using those monies towards purchasing land and move it towards operations and maintenance, things like paving parking lots, upgrading boat ramps, things like that.
Next, Proposal 2, a little easier to digest.
This proposal will change the Constitution by adding the language requiring a warrant for accessing a person's electronic data and communications.
Which is important to Senator Jim Rumstad, who says Michigan State Police and the Oakland County Sheriff's Departments have military-grade equipment able to take any and all information off a person's cell phone, even track it, without a person knowing it.
And this equipment, what's called Hailstorm Stingray, there's a number of names. A lot of this equipment does not have a fingerprint. In other words, you don't know who's using it.
And after 6 years, Senator Rumstad was able to get bipartisan support on this ballot proposal, which he believes would protect citizens from illegal searches and seizures.
If there's a suspecting criminal problems, go get a warrant. I think that the people here in Michigan understand that, and I believe that they will vote for this. It's very, very important to protect our privacy and protect our constitutional rights.
Well, there you go. Fox17online.com has a wealth of resources for the 2020 election, including a closer look at the language provided in both of those proposals.